Okay, I think my volumes are too high. Let's deal with that first. Test. Yeah, we'll leave it. I'm sure people can find this. I'm speaking a lot louder than I was when I was testing earlier. So, let's have a look. We'll hide this for the moment. Good timing. So, what are we doing today? Today, we are abandoning everything above, and we are instead working on a concurrency issue. And what does that concurrency issue involve? Well, we are trying to eliminate the call to call. Call functions directly. Decorators for singletons. What else are we doing? Decorators for... No, we actually just want singletons, actually. Singleton objects. Where the state is local to the call and not global to the object. And that's about it, I think. So the problem was that when we were implementing this stuff up here, it suddenly became very, very difficult to make progress. And there were two reasons for that. One of those reasons was the API, or the objects passed around, was a tad bit messy. And I kind of jumped the gun on that. The other issue was if you're trying to call two methods on an object with the same identity, if one of those methods is not returned, the second one can't run. And that's because everything gets funneled through this one single call, as mentioned here. And we've only got one single state object that handles all the methods. So rather than funneling everything through the call, we're just going to start calling the methods directly. And spin up a separate task for each and every single call so they actually do run concurrently. And this will actually bring everything in line with, if I can bring it up, where did I put my concurrency stuff? Coverage, concurrency. It'll actually bring it in line with this document here. So I'll see that I actually denote the areas where things are running with exclusive access to the object. And that's everything between the awaits and waits to start. So wherever there's these pipelines here. As a quick and more interesting note, I do have some diagrams. Server development reference. I'm still actually sorting this all out. It's one of those. I do want to bring it up because I do want to check some of the stuff I've got here. So I can quickly get away with this when no one's looking, which is good. It's not down here, is it? I mean, the fact I'm having trouble finding it really indicates I need to rework this. Let's have a quick look at the to-do items anyway. We've got a couple here. Funnily enough, when I do this refactor, some stuff like these two should be eliminated, which would be nice. In fact, I just realised we can actually probably go and test all those to-do items as well. So we'll add that to the stream. We might even start with that, because it's a nice intro into everything. Confirm select behavior. And it looks like Retro MMO is streaming, so I might have to dual wield streams for a while. Can I do that? I might have to mute that. No, it looks like he is streaming. That prick. Let's just leave that muted in the background. Which is doing its usual stuff. Okay, confirm selected behavior. Patterns testing. No, it's definitely under here somewhere. Deployment considerations. No, server. What's it? Reference. Future work. Maybe I haven't pushed. There's a good chance. Maybe I just haven't pushed it out. Oh, you know what? I don't think I have. Do I need to fix that? Okay, we'll move back on to working out this selected thing. Because I might quit early and watch Retro MMO. So let's get this started. We are confirming the selected behavior. So the selected behavior we have is if I close a file descriptor, that automatically gets unregistered for a new file descriptor. However, the selectors module in Python also stores state locally in the dictionary. So what I'm trying to confirm is if I close a file descriptor, does that state get cleared or does that persist around and the selector just doesn't get updated? Which would end up being a memory leak on the long term. So so watching a stream and doing my stuff at the same time is probably not the best way to go about this. So let's switch the scenes back. Okay, so we need to confirm the selector state. So we need the selectors module first. And we need a selector. We're using the ePOL selector at my end, so okay, dot selector. No, we want an ePOL selector, so there we go. I actually don't know if this takes any arguments. Let's have a look at that. No. So we've got selector, awesome. We need a file descriptor, so we're going to open devnull. Is it going to open? Well, I think I can do os.devnull. Devnull, yep, cool. s.register. What is the method called? This file object f, and we need to make sure we put something in the data. So selectors dot event read. Now, one of the interesting things about files compared to sockets is with selectors, they will always return true as being readable and writable. I touched on this in my last stream. It's something to be aware of. There's no reason to actually put a standard file in a selector, but for testing purposes, it works out for us. Let's do hello read broken. And we'll just confirm the behavior. Invalid argument. Why is this invalid? Did I get this all back to front? Quite possibly. Bitwise mask, attach data. You know why? Have a look at the file descriptor I'm trying to add to the selector. I'm trying to add the selector back to itself, so we need to make sure that's pop Operation not permitted. Great. Permissions error. Did I break something here today? No, that's all good. So let's have a closer look at this. Maybe we can do something stupid and just right. Ah. Okay, let's open up the dummy file and just see if that's all specifically wrong. Let's put in the temp so it'll clean itself up. Let's not test it. Almost use my real name there. I would like class, which will create a file in read write mode. I should have called it probably W rather than R. So. Operation not permitted. Why is that? So there's something seriously screwy here. Let's get the map. Items. Actually, let's just rebuild S. Register. Should automatically call file name. So why is it doing that? Let's try creating a socket. We're not going to do anything fancy, so I'll just use default settings here. Okay. So it looks like the selected class actually double checks if it is a normal file descriptor. That I was not aware of, and that actually turns out to be really, really nice because if someone uses one of our syscalls and gives a file, I don't have to explicitly check for that. I know the selector is going to implement that. So that's kind of awesome. Although I'll have to probably make a note that a permission error on the file receive or the file read may indicate that you're using a file rather than a specific. And funnily enough, this actually brings ePOL in line with select on Windows, because from memory you can't use files in selectors. So it seems weird that they've put this into the design of the selector. I'm not sure why they've done that. So, okay, let's poke around a bit. Let's see what we can do. And confirm if that state automatically gets cleared up. Selector.key. Do we need to stash that? Yeah, in fact, I'm going to stash that selector key. Perfect. Now, what we want to do is close queue. Well, actually, no, we want to get the map first. And then we do queue.close, which will return the file descriptor. So queue.filename will be -1, which is good. Okay, and we do select. No, we want s.pol. Select. Good. That should only take a time. Excellent. Interrupted. That's good. So this is interesting. Order script 15. Order script -1. Now confirm that that state actually does stay around and doesn't get cleaned up. So it's been unregistered from the ePOL. The application itself is not aware of it. So I'm actually interested to see if this is documented as part of docs.python.org. I wonder if this is actually I wonder if there's a mention of this particular issue in the selectors module. This is a pretty bad bug, if anything, or the potential to cause a lot of issues. Gotta be closed. Prior to being closed. Unregister. should be or shall be unregistered. That doesn't really help me. Is this responsible for doing it automatically, or am I responsible for doing that? Yep, that's pretty normal. Select an unregistered connection and then connection close. Okay, so this kind of implies it's my responsibility. Which is going to be difficult because I've got everything set up as one shot. Which means it never actually returns. Although if a raid's happening on it, it may work as I expect it to. I'm gonna have to think this through. So, selectors will fire once. What would cause... So I'd either be doing a read or a write because those are the only calls I expose. If file descriptor closes, a read will return... read will return B blah blah like that. I lose... Oh hey, I lost Ethernet. Let's just give a second for that to get its address. But it'll return a zero length read, which will cause it to unregister. So I think we're fine. We're actually not leaking resources, which is good. In fact, given that Evan is streaming, I do actually have to watch it, so maybe I will keep on going for a bit then. We've got... Well, okay, either way, I can clean off that to-do item now. So let's start with that. That's right, I was waiting for my laptop. I'm all over the place today. Totally random stream. This is why you don't do things at the last second. Have a nice late sleep in, wake up, decide to stream 5 minutes later after having lunch. Come on. Why are you not? You know, I hate this laptop sometimes. Everything on it works absolutely brilliantly, apart from the USB ports. And it's not even the USB port's fault. It's the hardware that goes into it is just so flimsy. Let's put over Wi-Fi. Let's just do that. Is good. We are on 11.6. There we go. That key does actually match, funnily enough. You know you've been doing this a long time when you can just look at it in a fingerprint like that and just know it's the correct one. Are we on a high bandwidth or high? Possibly. Let me try the USB ports on the other side just in case. Like, I've literally got the laptop balancing on the USB port, so it's just the right angle. The Ethernet hub I'm using, the cable is just so sensitive to the direction it plugged in. It doesn't... I've got to angle it on every single laptop I use it with. Anyway, let's do that. And if this is going to give me hell, then... That's cool. That address, come on. Oh man, he's being funky as hell. Okay. I might just drop the stream now. See you all later.